second element, that is the chlorine. But since it is one metal, that is the basic radical or positive ion part, you will write as it is sodium, but the negative ion part, along with that you will add the word chlorine. It is chlorine, but don't write chlorine. Remove this. Instead of that, you have to write chloride. IDE. You have to use chloride. So it is sodium chloride. Next is MgO. Then what you will write for this? It is, since again it is a metal and non-metal, so you will write magnesium oxide. Okay. So whenever a metal or a non-metal is there within the compound, that is a binary compound, at that time first you will write the name of the metal as it is, but with the non-metallic part or the negative ion part, what you will do? You will add IDE. Okay. Now second type of binary compound is there, that is a compound which is formed by two elements, but both are non-metals. If both are non-metals, suppose it is CO or NO, NO2, okay, or N2O. Then how will you write? What you will write? For the first letter, how many carbon atoms are there? 1. And how many oxygen atoms are there? 1. So it is actually monocarbo monoxide. But with the first one, if 1 is there, we will not use the word mono. So I will write here carbon monoxide. Oxide. And this is what? This is again 1 nitrogen, 1 oxygen. So it is nitrogen monoxide. But here nitrogen is 1, oxygen 2. So what I will write here? Nitrogen, and for 2 oxygen atom it will be nitrogen dioxide. Here nitrogen 2, but oxygen is 1. So it is dinitrogen monoxide. Then next is, this is also known as nitrous oxide. That is, the next is, suppose it is PCl5. Then it is phosphorus pentafluoride. So one non-metallic element, when it is 1 atom, then it is mono. When it is 2, then we will write di. When 3, tri. 4, tetra. And when 5, then penta. Then 6, hexa, like this. So in this way we can write the name of a binary compound when it is consisted of 2 non-metallic elements. First as it is, second element I will write in the form of oxide, nitride, chloride, in that way. But whatever the number of units are there, accordingly I will write mono, di, tri, tetra, penta, like that. Now next one is that suppose a compound is there. That's a one interesting thing I'll tell you here. When a metal and a non-metal is there, always I write sodium here and chlorine here. Metal first, then non-metal. Okay, so we know it's okay that metal will write first, then non-metal after that always. But when these, again nitrogen and oxygen is there, why I'm not writing ON? Why I'm writing NO? I can write ON, but I'm not writing ON. I'm writing NO. Again NO2. Why? Because the element which has minimum number of valence electrons, that we have to write first, and then after that we will write the element which has more number of valence electron. I'm giving you example for suppose NaCl. Its atomic number is 11, so configuration is 281, so 1 electron in the last cell. Chlorine 17 atomic number, so configuration is 287. It means it has 1 valence electron and it has 7 valence electrons. So which has less number of valence electrons? Sodium. So sodium we will write first and then chlorine. Now I think about the N and O. Then what will happen? N atomic number is 7, so its configuration is 25, while that oxygen it is 8, so configuration is 2,6. So valence electron in this case is less than this. That is why I will write nitrogen first and then oxygen. So I think now you come to know that why I am writing nitrogen first and after that within the formula oxygen afterwards. Next, third, I'll say discuss naming the compound when it is consisted of 3 elements. For example, NaNO3. And one of which is always oxygen. NaNO3, and I have written NaNO2. So here what will happen? The first element is as it is, that is the sodium. And then here it will be, I know NO3, that is what? That is the NO3, NaNO3. Oxygen here it is more and here oxygen is less. So when it is 3, then we will add the word 8. And when it is 2, I will use the word ite. So this compound is sodium nitrate, while this compound is sodium nitrite. In the same way, CaSO4, calcium CaSO4, and this is CaSO3. Here oxygen is 4, here is 3. 4 is more than 3. Okay. So the name of this compound is calcium sulfate 8, while the name of this compound is calcium sulfite. So suppose 2 compounds are there, consisted of same elements. One element is oxygen there. Then what will happen? The compound with more number of oxygen atom, there I will use the word 8, and where less number of oxygen atoms, there 8. So it is sodium nitrate and this is sodium nitrate. In the same way, here oxygen is 4 and here oxygen is 3, so it is calcium sulfate, while this is calcium sulfite. Again, like this compound is there, KClO3 and KClO2. So this is what? This is potassium chlorate. This is 8 and this is potassium chloride. But 2 more compounds of potassium chlorine and oxygen are there. One is this KClO4, where the oxygen is more than 3, and here it is KClO, it is less. So this is what? This is potassium chloride. This is potassium chloride, and this is known as potassium hypochlorite. One less than this, then we call it hypochlorite. And this is potassium chlorate, and one more than this, then we will call it potassium perchlorate. Potassium perchlorate. So this is 3. So the name of the compound is what? Potassium chlorate. And this is what? Potassium chloride. Okay. 3 then 8, 2 then 8. Here one less than this, then it will be potassium hypochlorite. And this is one more than this, so it is potassium perchlorate. In the same way, if I write NaClO, NaClO2, comma NaClO3 NaClO4. Then this is what? This is to 8. This is 8 and 1 less than that. So it is hypochlorite. And here one more, so it is perchlorate. So name of the compound is what? Sodium hypochlorite, sodium chloride, sodium chlorate, and sodium perchlorate. Sodium hypochlorite, sodium chloride, sodium chlorate, and sodium perchlorate. Hypochlorite, chloride, chlorate, and perchlorate. Now, naming of the acids. You know about sulfuric acid, carbonic acid, sulfurous acid. So, naming of the acid. If acid is or hydrochloric acid, how the name derived? If it is a binary acid like HCl, HBr, these are what? Binary acids. Means they contain hydrogen and one element. Then what will the name of the acid will be there? Hydro, and then chlorine is there, so hydrochloric acid. This is, and here the bromine is there, so the name is hydrobromic acid. Hydrobromic acid. Okay. So the name, just I will give hydro word as the prefix and ic acid as the suffix. Again here bromine, it is the acid of the bromine, so hydro word here as the prefix and ic acid as the suffix. Next, if it is not a binary acid, but instead of that, suppose it is an oxy acid or more than 2 ions are there, then H2SO4, then HNO3. Then how I will name it? The name of this acid is sulfuric acid. The name of this acid is nitric. Considering this element, this is consistent, sulfur element is there, so it is sulfuric acid. This is nitric acid. And this is what, if I write here H2CO3. This is what? This is carbonic acid. But actually that is the common name for the acid. Its chemical name is what? The chemical name of this one is dihydrogen sulfate. This is hydrogen nitrate and this is dihydrogen carbonate. That is the chemical name, because this is the sulfate part and this is the hydrogen part. So this is dihydrogen sulfate, this is hydrogen nitrate, and this is dihydrogen carbonate. And sulfuric acid, nitric acid, carbonic acid, they are the common name actually. So this is all about how we will write the name of a compound if formula is provided to you. Now tell me, what is the chemical name for this compound? All of you, we know that this is ammonia, NH3, ammonia. But ammonia is not the common name. Sorry, ammonia is the common name. Common name is also known as the trivial name. Trivial name or the common name. There are certain names of the compound which do not follow any systematic rule, and such names are called trivial names or the common names. So common name for NH3 is ammonia, but it's ammonia. But then what is its chemical name? Its chemical name is actually nitrogen 1 atom and hydrogen 3 atoms are there, and both are non-metals. So the name of the compound is nitrogen trihydrate. Nitrogen trihydrate. Nitrogen trihydrate. In the same way, if I write H2O, it is water. Water is the trivial name or the common name. And name of this compound is hydrogen is two atoms, so it is dihydrogen. Hydrogen. It is dihydrogen. Sorry. H2O, actually it is looking like 2H. It is not this. We cannot write dihydrogen. It is HOH actually. So it is what? Hydrogen hydroxide. So it is hydrogen hydroxide. So this is all about what symbol, formula, how we can write the formula of the compounds. So this is all about symbols, formulas, and how we can write the formulas with the help of symbol and valencies, and then how we can name the compound when its formula is provided to you.